Encouraging note of the garden with little red flowers blooming everywhere in the plantation of the kindergarten. There is a field of colorful flowers among them. The most catching one is a small red flower, which everyone calls duo. She has 5 bright red petals, as if dyed by the sun. The center of the flower is golden and has a faint fragrance. When the wind blows, it gently sways, as if waving to passing children. Every day, children come to water her, and Duo always brings good moods to everyone with her bright and beautiful appearance. That early morning Xiao Yu from the kindergarten squatted beside the planting garden. Secretly wiping away his tears, he did not get a small red flower for his drawing yesterday, and felt that his drawing was not good. Duo quickly shook the petals, allowing the sunlight to shine on her, reflecting a bright red light that just landed on the back of Xiao Yu's hand. Xiao Yu looked up and saw Duo. His eyes lit up at once. It seems that Duo is saying, "Don't be sad. Look, I'm striving to bloom every day. You can also work hard on painting." Xiao Yu touched the petals one by one and whispered, "Little red flower, I will definitely draw it well tomorrow." Having said that, his tears stopped and he even watered it. In the morning, the teacher brought the children to the plantation to observe the plants and asked everyone to choose their favorite flower to draw. Little girl Lele chose Duo, but as she was drawing, she frowned and said, "I can't draw the red color of the petals. What should I do?" Duo quickly brought the petals closer together, allowing Lele to clearly see the color of her petals. The edges were a darker red. The middle was a lighter red, and the center was golden. Lele followed Duo's example and finally drew a beautiful little red flower. She held up the painting and said to the teacher, "Teacher, look. The little red flowers I drew are as beautiful as each one." Duo shook its petals as if clapping for Lele. At noon, the sun was scorching hot. A little bee, buzzing around collecting nectar, was too tired and landed on a petal to rest. Duo quickly spread out the petals and built a small shed for Weng. She also brought the nectar from the center of the flower in front of Weng and said, "Taste my nectar quickly and replenish some strength." Buzzing sipped the sweet nectar and waved her antennae at Duo, saying, "Thank you, Duo. Your petals are more comfortable than leaves, and your nectar is especially sweet." After drinking the nectar, Weng had the energy to collect it again. He even deliberately flew around Duo twice, as if to express his gratitude. In the afternoon, dark clouds suddenly rose from the sky and it began to drizzle. The little snail that had just been playing in the plantation slowly had nowhere to take shelter from the rain, and its shell was all covered with mud and water. Duo quickly lowered the largest petal and placed it above slowly, like opening a small red umbrella. Slowly hiding under the petals, she slowly stretched out her antennae and waved at Duo. "Thank you, Duo. Your petals are just like little umbrellas. Not a drop of rain can get on me." After the rain stopped, a glistening dewdrop slowly remained beside Duo's roots, as if a small pearl had been given to her. In the evening, the setting sun dyed the plantation orange-red. Xiao Yu came to see Duadua again. He happily held up the drawing paper and said, "Duadua, look. I got a little red flower for my drawing today." On the drawing paper, beside a small red flower, there is also a smiling little boy who is Xiao Yu's Duoduo. Looked at Xiao Yu's smiling face, then at Lele, who was tidying up the painting tools beside her, Wu Meng flying around, and the snail slowly crawling away. Her heart was filled with sweetness. Suddenly, she felt that she was not just an ordinary little red flower. She could also help Xiao Yu regain confidence, help Lele draw pictures, give Weng Weng a rest, and provide shelter from the rain slowly. She was much happier than just blooming quietly all the time. It turns out that a tiny red flower can also, with its own beauty and warmth, become a little sun in the garden, bringing encouragement and joy to every friend. When the moon rose, the petals were still gently swaying, and the bright red color under the moonlight was like a tiny star. The plantation was quiet, with only the rustling sound of the evening breeze brushing against the petals. Because of Duoduo, this small plantation became increasingly lively and warm. Such days were sweeter than sweet nectar and more beautiful than bright red petals.